know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Jackson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Jackson looking to throw on third. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Patriot! Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gone!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson rolling to his right. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points. Start off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And an alley to run. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And that's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
On the ball.
Here's a give to Davis, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Wentz. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. On 2nd down, Scott. They'll rumble for about 6, up across the 20 to the 22.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Looking deep for Hilton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Poyer. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Going up top for Miller. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Titans. 51 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On 3rd down, Jackson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Mario Addison in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Crosby puts it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that old jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start.
81. What's up?
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. First catch for the All-Pro Gronk. And a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go. Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
Throwing is Wentz. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
81.
Play action. Now Wentz. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Run. Set. 20. Shift.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this one is incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And Butker able to put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Detroit!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He sets to fire deep, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
Jackson now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Now Wentz. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12.
81.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this.
Gun!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Ellis with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Detroit! Gun!
On 2nd down, Jackson is going to find his running back. It's complete. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Down the man inside, down the man. Ram.
After the penalty, it's Davis. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now another timeout here called by the Titans, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Let's go, great.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Come on now, let's go.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Fletcher Cox in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. Flushed out right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They pitch it to Davis. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And the kick by Butker is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Now the Titans getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
Come on now, Oaks. Come on now. Let's go. Good. We're waiting. Let's go. Here, here.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Flush to his right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Dante Fowler in on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kamale Correa. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Brandon Graham in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. The left side completion to Jones. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Here's Colton Schmidt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson being chased out left. Able to power through. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
The first down carry for Davis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Looking downfield for Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kevin King with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
No. Check. Patriot.
After the interception, here's Jackson looking deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Detroit! Gone!
Jackson from the shotgun, eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's second down.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Gone! Detroit!
To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on second down. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run it again here with Davis, and he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
Hang in there now. Oh. Let's go.
Back now in Nashville. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. The offense on third down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now a handoff to Davis. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. They'll toss to Davis. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean.
And now here's another interception. Buda Baker with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline.
Oh, no, he lost the football. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play action. It's Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And he connects with Ertz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go, Greg, Greg.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 3rd down, Davis. And some room to run now. He's at the 50. 30, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Davis, 85 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now Jackson on 2nd down. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now Jackson, blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are going to take the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It's Davis on the counter. And some space here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Critical extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Titans now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Jackson to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Now Jackson. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Jackson. Caught by Jones. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Throwing now is Jackson. Flushed out, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jordan Evans leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. Leopard.
They go play action now. Jackson. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. 3rd down here. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. Jackson now. And he comes back with one complete. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
First throw of overtime for Wentz. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a 1st down. Wentz now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. There he goes left side. And he'll take it down deep into Tennessee territory. A huge play there in overtime. 43 yards on the ground. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They keep it with Davis on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Davis, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown. Finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away. Down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. 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 Gun. Leopard. Gun.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. That one goes for 36 yards. So often in overtime, Charles, games are won or lost on one big play. That might have been that big play right there.
And the ability to execute it despite the stakes, because let's face it, we've been there before. We've seen guys maybe they hyperventilate a little bit when it's their opportunity. Not in this situation. They executed it calmly, and they really got it done.
And now they're set up in prime position. A good run of 6 yards there gets them closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. One man in the backfield. That's Ingram on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Titans, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. Yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you, right now on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the race for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Where the white flag, they for